Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Taurus, we're going to look into the past, present, and future for you in this reading this week. Oh, I got them in the wrong order. We're going to start with 2 oracle decks, and then I'm going to go into the tarot. And I'm using good old Rider-Waite tarot this week, too. And I'm getting right into it, to be honest. I'm getting right into it. All right, Taurus, past, present, and future for my bovine babies. Past, present, and future for Taurus. Interesting. I have to stop for a second there because there was something coming in. When I was just sitting there and I was saying, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. It was almost like hypnotic. And there's something about that. I don't know if you've contemplated doing some hypnotist work or like any sort of regression therapy or just past life regression. I don't know, like there's something about that. It's really weird that was coming in. So I think this just serves as clarification for anyone if it's something that you want to have done for yourself or something that you would like to study and do for others. There you go. In the past, community, warmth, happiness. Yeah, this is like acceptance. This is perhaps even finding a safe haven, so to speak, at a time that could be difficult. And I'm just saying that because this little guy here reminds me of, oh no, not reminds me, he is depicted in this deck. I think he's a chimney sweep and he looks poor. There's something where he looks really poor and destitute. And then here he's just smiling. He's like, in the other card, he carries the weight of the world on him and he's just a child and he's dirty and he's carrying tools and he looks exhausted. And I just hear, it feels like he feels safe. You feel safe. So there's something really beautiful in your past, right? Something nice. Presently, great fortune. Wow. Oh, that's nice. That's like, I don't know. Is this almost like having your cake and eating it too? Because this feels like community, like people feeling welcome and accepted, feeling like you've kind of found your tribe, feeling like connected to something. It doesn't have to be, like a large group of people in your life. It could even be something online. I'm actually receiving that message. It could be, you could have connected with some people in a Facebook group or Twitter group. Or I don't know what kind of groups are out there. But somehow it just has this feeling like in the past. It could have been a few minutes ago, weeks, months, years, I don't know. But there's something there. And then now though, this is more like, this is luck. Luck is kind of on your side. And it's also, though, this feels like kind of monetary wealth or abundance in some way. The future. What pathway? A golden pathway. A pathway to the light. A pathway to the light. Nice. You are on a pathway to the light, Taurus. After having found some form of community, safety, acceptance, camaraderie, I just love it. It almost just has that feeling of walking into a group of strangers. You kind of catching a conversation halfway through and you're like, hey, wait a second, I was at that place once before. Did you guys get so-and-so from the oh yeah, that's what we're doing. It's like, it's just almost like this feeling. I just really picking up this warm feeling. I get such a warm feeling from this card. And just right away, like it just feels really good. You're in really a lucky, great fortune. You're in a lucky break right now. That's what this feels like. And you know what? Take it. Any luck coming your way, take it, because this is perhaps something or things that you've been looking for to get to out of that path, out of the woods, right? It's like coming out of a dark woods into the sunlight. What's at the bottom? Official person. That's interesting. I don't know what he's doing. Official person. This could be someone who could be in the military, could be in the police force, could be also somebody who just works for the government, for the courts, There's a lot of different ways. It's basically somebody who's, I want to say, oh, federally, provincially, state, on the payroll. What do you call that? Like, I'm just trying to think universally for that. Yeah, you know, your taxes. Your taxes at work, my friend. Larry knocked down all my crystals. He was on here just having his neck scratched. He was like, I love watching Larry, the cat, enjoy like neck scratches and cuddles. He's just like, he doesn't care how he looks. He's like, sometimes his mouth drops open and his eyes roll back. He's like, It's funny. But yeah, you enjoy that, Larry. He's like, I love it, I love it. Never felt this in the ethereal. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's what it feels like to be in the ethereal all the time. And he's just like claiming it for a minute. Yeah. Right. I'm adding the Moonology deck to this. Oh, I'm having a hot wave. I don't call them hot flashes. It's like a wave. This goes over me. I don't know. I don't know, guys, what it's like for you. But I tell you, being a woman, it says like from the time you're born, your body is just one big organic mess of an experience. It's just like what you feel like you haven't figured out is all changing. All right, Taurus. I'm starting to sweat right now. This is like the new me. It all started around Christmas. Merry Christmas to Cindy. Really? All right. Work through your fears in the community. That's interesting. I really feel like somebody helped you in the community, or you got some sort of help from community. It's gonna be friends, but you know, I'm still getting that, like some sort of online thing for some of you, maybe, you know, and you could have been worried about something, and these people may have gone through something that you're going through or that you went through, and it helped you work through your fears. Great fortune right now. Great fortune. Meditate and contemplate. It's interesting. New moon. You guys are pulling out new moons. Was it Aries had all new moons too? Are we in a new moon right now? Or the lunar, the new, yeah, wait a second. I'm so bad. I don't know. Is it a new or a full moon for the Chinese New Year? I'm such a bad girl. I don't know. Maybe it's a new moon because it's all new moon energy. I kind of like that. It's almost like we're picking up on like the new year energy. Okay, meditate and contemplate. Great fortune. New moon in Pisces. That kind of feels like you don't need to do shit. There's some opportunity coming towards you. There's fortune. I don't know. Maybe you've won the lottery. Maybe you're about to get a raise. Meditate and contemplate. Just be in the moment. Just relax. If it's something that you're worried about, maybe great fortune. Maybe you're hoping to get a promotion, and with that comes an increase in pay or something, and you're anxious about it. Or maybe you're anxious about money in some way. You know, I mean, I don't want to tell anybody not to take control of their life and do things when things need to be done, because, you know, it's just a general reading. But it is saying here, like, just relax. Honestly, just relax. Just try to ground yourself. Just work on your breathing. With the meditate and contemplate, this is like what comes to your mind. What comes to your mind, allow that to pass. Like, even good things and bad things, it's just like allow all to be. Just be in the moment. Enjoy this moment too, whatever this great fortune is. Pathway. A time to give rather than take. Another new moon. New moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. All these butterflies too. I love it. All these butterflies on this path, like leading you out of the woods. Oh, isn't this interesting? In the past, I feel like a community helped you work through some fear of some sort. And now, well, not now actually, in the future, you're going to have the opportunity, I feel like, to return that somehow. To return something to others or to another. Full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. The answers you need are coming. Don't let your past hold you back. There's a lot of don't let, right? But yet you're kind of like being told, just let it be. But not let it be in terms of you trying to control anything. The answers you need are coming. Don't let pride get in your way. This could be, for some of you, I wonder why. Why pride? Because it's time to give something rather than take. In some ways, I mean, I feel like pride is more associated with receiving things. Like, oh, I'm okay, I don't need that, right? Answers you need are coming. Don't let your past hold you back. So what happened in the past? I don't know. And why is that official person there? I don't know. I know what I know is that I know we need tarot. I could do one more. One thing I gotta say about Rider-Waite, baby, it shuffles like a dream, honey. Shuffles like a dream. I think a lot of people that create tarot decks, they don't necessarily think about the stock for shuffling. Sometimes I feel like they get really fancy thick stock and it doesn't shuffle well. Like this is just like literally playing card, like cheap playing card stock. It's very plasticky, but it's beautiful. I don't know why I'm talking about that. It's going down, Lily girl. You gonna lay there? Oh, that's a good girl. Good girl, Lily. The Page of Wands, connecting fire and spirit, messenger, passion, discovery. The King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Huh, well, okay. This is the community in the past, work through your fears. This is communicating to someone that possibly could have had a lot more status and wealth and position than you. Or somebody did, because you could be the King of Pentacles, right? I mean, we're Taurus. Somebody communicated to you. Somebody right? Because this person looks so young and inexperienced. I mean, they are. And they found a safe place in the community. So, but why? But this person, someone is talking to you. Someone communicated to you. And it caused you to work through your fears. There's something kind of cute about this because this has come up before. I don't know who's reading, but we're going on a year or two at least. It came up more in a romantic way, I think. Because this is like someone who has a lot of experience, a lot of know-how. They've got a lot to show for what they've accomplished in life, and possibly like even monetary things around them. But the King of Pentacles has earned it. It's, you know, I see both the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords as professionals. And it's not to say that the King of Pentacles isn't an intellect or doesn't have certificates and diplomas and things like that. But that's really, to me, like, because the King of Swords is more like very factual, like lawyers, doctors, dentists, that kind of energy, where this could be an executive, a CEO, a manager, right? So it's kind of like someone who's worked their way up in the ranks. That's what I feel from this card. And they have a lot of solutions to a lot of problems and usually quite willing to share them. You know, you just got to ask. But what's interesting though, is I feel like something in the past, somebody communicated to you who was quite young, and it almost gave you a plan to move forward with something. Somebody that you would not suspect. It's almost like it's reminding me of that phrase, out of the mouths of babes, right? Where, you know, as adults, we can overcomplicate things. It's reminding me, too, of my friend and I. We took our kids to an escape room. And her and I was like, don't touch that. Don't do that. She'll put your hand through there. Eventually we realized that the kids had a better concept of what was needed to resolve this escape room than we did, because we were being like adults about it. And so eventually all we needed to do was stand back and just kind of referee them, make sure everyone was sharing, and just do whatever the hell you want. You're not going to break the room. Obviously they were being respectful not to try to do that. We solved that room, and it blew our minds, because after we left, we realized that only 36% of people ever solve that room. And we did it with a 12, 11, and a 9-year-old. So that, you see what I'm saying? Like, we can have all the experience in the world sometimes, and that can actually get in the way. That can get in the way. There's a page of wands here that said something to you in the past, and it gave you a new perspective to move forward in some manner here. It could have been, like it could have been this like the symbol of this little kid came in, has been all over the world, pretty young, doesn't necessarily know how to start a business or create a community like that. But you know what? If you go down to this town and you do that and go over here, you're going to find a gold nugget underneath that bridge. Like I don't know what it is. I'm not getting details, but it just has that feeling like somebody younger than you, very much. If it's not much younger, just they're not seasoned like you were, at least because this is the past. And you are moving forward with a plan, a mission almost, giving you an idea perhaps. Your own child could have inspired you with something that they said or drew or sung or I don't know, right? And like, wait a second. But you were open-minded. So I'm going to get that too. You were open-minded enough to take this and build something new with it. All right. So now your great fortune, meditate and contemplate. Oh, maybe it is an idea to create something. Now that I'm looking at it in that order, after what I've said and coming over into the present, the 8 of Swords. Well, yeah, you might want to meditate and contemplate there. The 10 of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is very good. I mean, this is going from feeling like there's no way forward to finding the happiest point ever. What do I have here? Happy home life, emotional satisfaction, loving, nurturing, sensitive, love, relationships, expression. I've written on these cards way back when, but I like it. I still use them. Forced to assess your situation, the 8 of Swords, right? Forced to assess your situation. But so maybe that's something that was said to you or something you discovered in a community. But again, it doesn't feel like a peer. It feels like somebody less than a peer, but not less than a peer in that this person doesn't have value. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like not the status or not the wealth or not the age or the experience. And it just kind of made you think about things. And I want to say it made you think outside of the box, and it made you also, by doing that, working through your fears. Because when we build things around us, we become dependent on them. And the older we get, the harder it is. The older you find any animal gets, the harder it is for them to go through major changes too. So assessing your situation, and while you're assessing it, you're not really feeling like you can move forward. If that's where you are right now, because the present looks like a big shift. And you're really going from perhaps having some sort of status and wealth. Maybe even realizing there's more to life. But I know we know that, right? But it's like somehow something's come through here, because right now the great fortune is emotional fulfillment. Now, in the future, you have pathway, a time to give rather than to take. The Hermit, the World, and the 9 of Wands. curious because the Hermit, it almost feels like you could have been like deeply reflecting on something from a while ago. Really just thinking about it on your own. You might not have even shared it with anybody. But right, you're done with that. You're done with it. It's a successful conclusion. It's the World card. So that cycle is completed. So if there's something that you learned, some sort of tidbit of information that, even somebody younger than you shared, and it may not have even on the surface seemed very profound, but it seems like it's something that kind of like worked its way into you and then probably had an effect on the types of things that you were thinking about and contemplating for yourself. But the Nine of Wands, time to get ready. The pathway. If you're almost at the end of some sort of a long, difficult journey, I'm hearing like too, like it's time to really give it, really push. It's also time, because we're talking about almost like advice and information. It's time to give it rather than take it. So maybe there's something here that you have contemplated on in the future. You shouldn't be contemplating on it anymore. It's almost as if you should share this somehow. The Star. It's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll clarify the official person with these cards. Look at this split. 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. I'm curious about the page. What went on with this page? This Page of Wands. What went on with this Page of Wands? The Ace of Swords. See, I'm telling you, it's like you learned something. And then you get the Ace of Wands. And then you get the Nine of Wands, which is taking us into the future. I don't know what you learned here. It's definitely not giving me specifics, but it immediately feels very exciting and inspiring. But then, because the Nine of Wands is here, I don't know if it's something that can't be accomplished, or you realize your own fears are keeping you in the way, in your own way here. Because then it becomes, it's like now you can't unsee it. It's almost as if you were always happy, everything was fine, until somebody pointed something out to you. And you're like, oh my God. Oh. And now you can't unsee it. And you're addressing that in the future. The page does not carry much with them. They carry the staff. They wander. I feel like the page wanders. They're all young and youthful and curious. But the king, and he has all this to maintain. He needs to sit on the throne. Somebody needs to look after this. There's a lot of work building this. You can't just let that go. But then it's almost like the realization that you're not as free as you thought you were. Huh. What's the community about? This is a place of strength, a place where you have strength. It's also a place where you need to hold back for some reason. Oh, strength and the Queen of Cups. This is a place where you need to hold back. Well, I don't know. This could be work. I mean, it could be home, and it could be the way you run it, like you can't wear your heart on your sleeve here. Your emotion, your deeper emotions are not shown in this place, whatever that was. Great fortune. Great fortune is what you've got right now. The Two of Cups. I'm telling you, this is something different from, even though it looked like gold, it's all these golden 4-leaf clovers coming out. This is the luckiest thing ever. And the Queen of Wands. you got a lot of queens here. You got one king with a whole bunch of queens. What's going on? Great fortune. This is, I want to say, it feels like coming together with somebody in an emotional capacity. And it almost feels like a little birdie got into your ear at some point in the past. It made you really think about what had meaning in life. Out of the mouths of babes. Like, it's just, yeah. This Eight of Swords, though. The Tower and the Four of Wands. This almost feels like a plan. A plan goes awry. But again, like, everything seems to be correcting itself. Like, this Eight of Swords is the hardest card in your current energy. And it's changing into something that feels wonderful. Feels like it's a celebration that's been a long time coming. The Ten of Cups and that Queen of Cups. Cards are acting funny. The Three of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands. I feel like you have an opportunity to get together with a group and do something. This is like the soulmate energy all over your current, like, I don't know what you're dealing with, but it just feels really, really nice. Why is this Ten of Wands here, though? There's a burden. Why is this burden here? What is this weight that is carried? The Fool and the Three of Wands. It's waiting for something from the past, perhaps, to come to an end. Waiting to drop things from the past. Expecting a new beginning. Now, in the future, this pathway the Six of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Devil and the Seven of Cups. I'll tell you, that's a dark forest. Jeez. Oh my gosh. All right. So, kind of the way the cards go, it feels like a really difficult energy leads up to success. Because you're coming out, right? You're coming out onto some sort of light. And I see why the Nine of Wands here is here. Okay. I don't know what happened here in the past. It almost does feel like, too, some level of an awakening. And initially, this is like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is like so freaking awesome. And then there's something about recognizing your own reality and recognizing everything. And it's almost like your world being turned upside down. And you're having to deal with that over a period of time. And it's coming to a head over here. Like, not sure what's real and what's real and what isn't real, right? Especially that sitting beside the Devil. My gosh. What's real and what's not real? And then you get the Page of Cups. But what's really weird, it's like this Page of Cups is trying to get to the Queen of Pentacles, but somebody's blocking it. Doesn't that look like that? Somebody's trying to get to the Queen. Like, so I want to say maybe you. Because now we have these two pages. So then watching for your path to success. It's a time to give rather than take. I feel like that's important because this energy is really complicated getting out of the forest. So there's probably times where there is a give and take here. A time to give rather than take. How should Taurus give? Temperance. Give time, give patience, give balance. I want to say there's something about giving somebody time here for something. A time to give patience. A time to give time. The World. The Page of Wands. It's like where the story started. With the Page of Wands and the Five of Cups. Now, this Five of Cups is like being kind of disappointed. I don't know what this was. In some ways, I gotta get to this Nine of Wands. In some ways, it feels a little bit like realizing that if there's some things that you want to win in life, there are some other things that you need to compromise with. Because this is a huge win sitting like in your present right now. But there's a compromise over here. And right time to give rather than take. The Nine of Wands. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles and the Star. This is changing where you're emotionally invested. And I'll tell you right now, this is building, like this is the Eight of Pentacles and the Star. This is doing something you're really meant to do. So I don't know what the compromises are or why you feel ultimately in the future kind of disappointed about some sort of initial communication. I want to say there is something here that feels like it's not a win. So the best thing to do is to walk away. Just to walk away. But then you're focused on exactly what you're supposed to be focused on. And you're building I feel like you're probably going to perfect some form of a legacy here with the Star. The Official Person. Which is interesting because we haven't even touched on it, but the underlines are like why we're here. This Official Person. Oh, Lord. The Four of Cups. Maybe you're the official person with this King of Pentacles energy. I missed out on something emotionally in the past too, right? With the Strength card and the Queen of Cups, like you gotta hold yourself back emotionally here. It's a very curious reading, Taurus. You have the King of Swords and the Hierophant. There's that other professional. Speaking to you, maybe. The Hierophant. This just has a feeling of like the Hierophant and the King of Swords is somebody who makes the rules and the regulations to create community and society, right? You have community. And then the King of Swords is the representative that, you know, holds everyone to those. So I don't know what's going on in this reading, but it's a very interesting energy. I hope you all understand it. I've pulled it out as best as I can. Now I'm going to go do the extended. In the extendeds this week, I decided what I'm going to do, regardless of what comes out in anyone's reading. Like if somebody gets a reading that's all fabulous, I'm still going on the same theme. And obviously if someone gets a reading that's kind of like down the toilet, is I'm going to see what the good stuff is for you. Like what is the really good stuff that's coming your way that even if it's something difficult that you're going through, if that comes through in the extended, we're still going to be finding the things in it that kind of benefit you in the long run. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. Thank you so much, my friends. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.